Next up, World War Z, or World War Z, or whatever. Unlike the novel's collection of stories, which tells the story of the zombie apocalypse from different sides and from different perspectives, the film version instead just has us following around Brad Pitt, because apparently he's the only man on the planet who can seek out the origins of the outbreak and save us all. Well, whoop-de-fucking-do. With such a streamlined plot, it's not a surprise that other elements were changed from the book as well. The book stuck to traditional slow zombies and created a fantastic story that charted the history of the zombie apocalypse. Director Mark Foster and producer/star Brad Pitt basically said bollocks to all that and basically took these ideas and threw most of it in the bin. The slow zombies are out, and now we've got the fast zombies that we saw in the likes of 28 Days Later. If that wasn't enough, then the gorehounds are going to be somewhat disappointed with this movie. Even with this version that we saw here, which is apparently called the unrated edition and is only available on Blu-ray. However, it has to be said, the horror here is more psychological. I have to admit, never before have we seen the zombie apocalypse at such speed and at such great numbers, even if they are mostly CGI'd and pile on top of each other like fucking ants. Yeah, okay. Of course, that is the only scary part of the film. The level of threat itself is virtually non-existent, as we all know that Mr. Pitt is going to end up safe and sound despite how many weird and wonderful problems he faces en route, and that any subsidiary characters he comes across are literally just there to be chomped upon. And whilst the introduction of a central character does help to connect some of the ideas of the book, it also has the curious effect of narrowing the global scale of the crisis. By the time we get to the third act, which completely changes the original ending and has Brad Pitt creeping around an abandoned hospital somewhere in Wales, of all places, the once epic scope has now decelerated into something virtually indistinguishable from any other zombie movie. So it all ultimately ends up as a very predictable big budget romp which delivers what it says on the tin, but is way, way short of being a zombie movie masterclass. It's almost like Hollywood realised that everyone was getting fed up with vampires and werewolves after all that twice-shite bollocks, and said, hey, zombie movies are really popular at the moment, so let's do a really, really big one. But then had no idea how to actually go about doing it. So they just picked up one of the most popular zombie-themed novels at the time and used that as the basic idea. I suppose it's enjoyable enough, but the novel, it certainly isn't. Try and put the book out of your mind and you'll probably enjoy it. That's a big probably.
Right.
World War Z, director's cut and original cut. Bollocks!
Well, I was going to say, fuck you, Brad Pitt, your film shit, the science is impossibly implausible, and I wish you'd have died of whatever you'd infected yourself with. There.
It's just so perfectly fallen into place, like, the only virus that Brad Pitt has got is the look virus from Red Dwarf. His perfect family, right, they managed to find an RV that still has the keys in the ignition and a fucking gun. If it's that good, then why was the RV abandoned in the first place? Then he survives the plane crash, doesn't he? Everyone else dies except for him.
And the invasion of Israel.
And the invasion of Israel. Oh yeah, by the way, there's helicopters flying about all over the place. Yeah, it's when people start singing and the zombies go, ooh, there's noises over there, yeah? And then when he's creeping around the hospital in Cardiff, he shoots himself up with the first thing that he comes across, and that miraculously just happens to be the virus that's going to protect him. Bollocks.
Bollocks.
Absolute bollocks.
And then they happen to have the cure as well that they can inject him with afterwards.
We were sat there and everyone kept going,
And he's fit!
fuck this movie!
And he's fit!
I don't care
I
if
don't
he's
care
fit!
if he's fit!
Doctor Who was in it!
He's fit!
Should have finished with Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Should have finished with Poltergeist.